So I'm going to call the Stoeger STR-9s, at least based off of the prices I've seen in my area, kind of the new high point in a sense. And keep in mind, this is just based off of what I've seen in my area. I've seen these things for really, really cheap. So high points in my area, they're still right around 150. And if you get the 40 caliber or the 45, maybe closer to 200. And I've seen some 9 millimeters priced a little bit higher. The new 10 millimeter high point, I think, is probably going to be around the $200 range when it comes out. If it comes out, who knows? Um, but in any case, I've seen these Stoeger STR-9s. Granted, they've been on sale, but I've seen them for 225 bucks for an STR-9, and I'm not talking about the compact or the large, was it the STR-9L or whatever, the full size. This one right here, which I've had for a little while, just the Glock 19 sized, roughly, STR-9, 225 bucks. I'm like, holy crap, man, that is inexpensive as heck. And from what I've heard, I've seen them even cheaper, but probably those were like on a special closeout deal or whatnot at a store. I haven't seen them consistently that price. Uh, I don't know what they are in your area, so take that with a grain of salt. But that's low enough, in my opinion, where that's high point territory. And I'll tell you right now, I'd much rather get an STR-9 versus a high point if we're talking about that price range. The high point just cannot keep up. In fact, I'll just reach over and grab mine. Granted, mine's a little bit worn, but just as a comparison, holy crap, man. So high point C9, this thing's a little weathered, and I've had it for quite a while. But anyway, you could just look and see the difference. I'm going to tell you right now, between the two of them, spending 150, 170 bucks on this, maybe 180, I don't know, depending on where you're getting it from. I'm going to say no to this, a couple extra dollars, and get that thing. Now, mine, maybe I got a unicorn, and from what I understand, there's a good chance I did, because I got the basic STR-9, and when I got it, it was 250, 299, 259, 299, something like that. I can't exactly remember. I've had this gun for a little bit. Still pretty dang cheap. But I got it with one 15 round and one of these 20 rounders. And these things, I guess they go to the STR-9, the combat version that has all the bells and whistles, is a little bit more expensive. I haven't been able to find these mags, or at least the base plates, because I'd like to at least find one more of these base plates so that way I can take my 15 rounder, turn it into another 20 rounder. But in any case, this came with one of these and one 15 rounder. I threw the light on there, nightstick light right there. Let's see if I can get there you go. There's the model number. It's been working pretty good. Anyway, this thing, very solid, very accurate gun, and it blows the pants off of something like the high point. And it does give the Taurus a run for their money. Now, Taurus has, I think Stoeger and Taurus are probably in direct competition with each other, because you're looking at about the same price. The STR-9 feels a little bit better in hand, in my opinion, than the Taurus. The Taurus is great, but after messing around with this and with a lot of the Tauruses, I really like the Tauruses. But I just came to the decision. I'm like, the STR-9 feels just a little bit better. The action of the Taurus, the slide, all that good stuff is a little bit better on the Taurus. The STR-9 is a little bit stiffer, in my opinion, but still, the trigger's decent, at least on the newer STR-9s. I don't know about the old ones. I've heard that those triggers were horrible. But this one, I have no issues with the trigger. Accuracy is good. It feels like shooting a Glock when you shoot it. Like an old Gen 3 Glock that just has a little bit better ergonomics. But yeah, this thing, again, if you look at this thing, I'd much rather have this over a high point, and this is going to be near the same price range, but a heck of a lot better. So anyway, just when you're going out and you're buying stuff, don't always just go for the most inexpensive thing you can find. Sure, it'll work. I'm not saying this high point doesn't work. This one's clearly been used, and it still runs fine. It's still fun to take to the range and shoot. But look at what you have in front of you, and don't be afraid to throw a couple extra dollars at the problem, and you're going to get something that's a lot better, a lot more ergonomic, a lot more capable. This one, you can see I have light on it. I got the 20 rounder in. I threw some of the grip tape around the grip to give a little bit of a different grip texture. I blacked out the rear dots, so that way I just have a front dot. I kind of like that system a little bit better. Again, this thing just a hell of a lot better for just a little bit more. So I'm kind of calling the STR-9 kind of the better, newer, neater high point, lack of a better term. So in any case, feel free to share your thoughts. I know there are some STR-9s out there that are duds. Don't get me wrong on that. I certainly do. I know there has been some issues in the past with them, but comparing those with the problems that some of the high points have and the ergonomics and just the features comparison, yeah, spend a couple extra dollars and get this thing over high point any day. All right, thanks a lot for watching. As always, stay safe out there.